All right, a lot of urgency and intensity today. You know, obviously we're embarrassed about where we're at, and we're on a mission to fix it. We're doing some really good things, and we're doing some stupid things that's caused us to lose. We all know that, and we're addressing those issues day by day as we continue to build this program. And you know, we got a good opponent coming in this week in Old Dominion. They're 2-3, but they could very easily, you know, be way better than that. Every game, they've played some really good teams like Marshall and Wake Forest and had the lead on them for a long period of time. And you know, so really good football team. They've already beaten Louisiana Lafayette, who's having a really good season. And so got a tremendous challenge. And they run the similar offense to Texas State from a schematic standpoint. It'll look almost identical to our fans, except they'll be in different colors. Obviously, they'll be in, you know, their colors where Texas State was in theirs. But it'll look the same. Defensively, they're totally different in Texas State. You know, they play a drop 8 defense, 3-man front. They very rarely bring pressure, and they want to keep it in front of them and try to die a slow death and frustrate you a little bit offensively. You know, so with that, we'll open it up.
Coach, you said on, I think after the game that, you know, you're going to start looking at making changes leading into this week. Have you made it? Like, are there any changes you can share with us?
There are some changes. I'm going to wait till game day just because I don't want to give us a schematic disadvantage to, you know, to Old Dominion and put it out there. But you will see some changes on Saturday. Some of those were dictated by Saturday and the Tuesdays and Saturdays before and consistency of play. And then obviously today will matter because every Tuesdays and Saturdays matter with playing time. And so yes, based off last Saturday's performance, coupled with, you know, the reputation that kids are building, coupled with today's tape watch, yeah, there will be some changes.
How do you execute better in the first half on Saturday?
Well, you know, a lot's been made of that. You know, offensively, we drove it and scored on our opening drive versus Arkansas State, arguably our best drive of the year. Defensively, you know, we for 2 weeks in a row, we've not executed so well. And then Tulane drove it the opening drive as well, too. So that's something we're addressing because it's happened consistently. You know, Damon, you got to look at a larger sample size. You know, I've coached a lot of games as a head coach. We've not had that issue. So is that a program issue, or is that something that's stemming right now, and what is causing that? So we're looking at it from a holistic standpoint and also a small sample size standpoint of the most recent weeks. We did change our practice schedule today. We changed with how we did. If y'all noticed that, we came out and got after it earlier in practice to simulate getting the game started. And there's some other subtle things that I don't want to share that we're doing as well.
There's a little bit about, at this point, honing in offensively on what these guys do well.
Meaning my guys or the other team?
Offensively, your guys.
Yeah, you know, I think for 2 weeks in a row, we've rushed for over 200 yards. We've thrown well, too. You know, we just got to not turn the ball over. And, you know, we got to not do stupid stuff, Glenn. You know, we snap the ball off the up-back's shoulder pad or we win the game. You know, after all that, in a formation that we hadn't been stopped on all year, and we would have got the first down. You know, and, you know, we were whatever 100% on that before that. It's never happened, practice or game. So, yeah, but we want to be a team that runs the football and play actions and drops back when we choose to, not when we have to. That's what our O-line's built to do. You know, that's what we've inherited and what we've been able to recruit the best to. We've transitioned, you know, a little bit to where we are better in pass pro than what we've been, but we're still built with our size and girth to run the ball and play action.
Can you speak to where you guys are with Chris Hayes in terms of redshirting or just continue to let him play?
Right now, we're trying to win every game we play. So whoever can help us do that, he's brought some tenacity to the tight end position. There's some looks where we're playing him. We think he's going to be a great left tackle. If we can win every game and redshirt Chris, we're going to do it. But if Chris can help us win, we're going to play him. And that's where we're at right now this early in the season.
Wanted to ask about just ODU. I saw last week was their first week to have a rushing touchdown from a running back. What do you kind of attribute that to? Is it just bad luck, or is something been missing from the run game?
No, they're like, you know, a lot of times what they do offensively is dependent on the defense. And Marshall played some 5-man box because they do like Texas State. They spread the receivers all the way out. So if it's a light box, they'll run it. If it's a loaded box, they'll throw it. And they got some light boxes last week, and their runners popped it through the middle and made some plays. They also changed quarterbacks, and the new one, fast guy, ran a quarterback draw through the middle for a big touchdown on the third play of the game. and so that helped them as well. That's
Kinda-
not a running back.
Well, to kind of
Yeah.
bounce off that, obviously 2 weeks ago you didn't quite know who was going to be their
Yeah.
starting quarterback. How do you go about handling that this
We
time?
think the guy they played this past week is going to be the starter. You know, that's who we're preparing for. If they play the other ones, we'll adjust in game.
I think maybe today you were working with the defense a little bit more than you normally would. Why was that important, and what are you looking for?
I don't know if I was or wasn't. I bounce and roam. I see things that I think, some of our, our whole D line's back. All of our linebackers are back. We've got a lot of new secondary kids, and so I think making sure that those younger secondary guys' eyes are right and hone in, because they're talented kids that want to do good. That's something I was really focusing on today, is making sure they were communicating and making their calls while Dan was calling the defenses, and something I felt like I could bring a lot of energy and juice to today. That don't mean, I was in the offensive meetings. I mean, I'm everywhere, man. This is my program and my heart and my life. So I'm pouring everything I got in all facets of it.